Now, just 4 days after a tragic act of mass violence shocked our community, tonight Louisville Metro Police are investigating 2 more deadly shootings. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt. Our top story in the night team. Police say just after 6 tonight, they responded to a home on Mars Court in a neighborhood off Lower Hunter's Trace in PRP. When officers got there, they found a man dead from a gunshot wound. Shortly after that, another man showed up at St. Mary and Elizabeth Hospital with a gunshot wound. He later died from his injuries. LMPD Major Micah Shue says this event really hits home after the week we've had.
Very difficult. I mean, anytime there's a loss of life, it's a very horrible situation. Every time I'm giving one of these interviews, it does leave a knot in my stomach, and it's not something that we want to be doing at all.
Louisville Metro Police working to determine if there's any connection between the 2 deaths tonight. Anyone with information is encouraged to help detectives by calling the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. Well, Louisville is still left with many unanswered questions in the wake of Monday's tragedy. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at one. What happens to that AR-15 used in the shooting? According to Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg, it will eventually end up on the auction block in Kentucky. WHS 1119's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Ian Hardwitt talked with local leaders about the issue tonight, and they're joining us now live outside Old National Bank, where, Connor, that memorial got even larger today.
Doug, it's just astounding the love and support this city has seen in wake of unimaginable tragedy. Next to a sign that says "Make America Love Again," 5 floral arrangements, one for each of the victims in Monday's mass shooting. Their names enlisted in a banner on each of these. As for the gun used on Monday, under current Kentucky law, it would eventually end up back in circulation. Now, Greenberg, other local leaders call the law absurd. Legally, they can't do much about it.
Following Monday's tragedy, a moment of pause at tonight's Metro Council meeting.
Please join me in a moment of silence.
Seconds of silence saying more than words could. But for some,
words alone do not suffice, of course.
The path forward demands decisive action.
Doing nothing is not a strategy. It's not a solution.
The solution to Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg is this.
Give Louisville the autonomy to deal with our unique gun violence epidemic.
In a press conference this week, Greenberg caught the nation's attention.
The laws we have now are enabling violence and murder.
He once again talked about the Kentucky law that allows guns like the rifle used in the mass shooting to eventually be sold at a public auction. The mayor first pushed for changes to the law after taking office. The 20-year-old law requires all guns and ammo confiscated by state or local law enforcement agencies to end up with KSP. The agency then sells those guns to federally licensed firearms dealers at public auctions.
Well, we currently have no ability to legislate that, and I think that's the mayor's point.
Metro Council President Marcus Winkler's referring to another state law that bars local officials from pursuing any policy related to firearms.
Let's change the state laws. That would make me a criminal for trying too hard to stop the real evil.
We asked former KSP Commissioner and current J-Town Police Chief Rick Sanders his thoughts. He supports sending seized guns to auction, but sees both sides of the issue. He told us he empathizes with gun violence victims, but points to the crucial revenue auctions generate for smaller police departments. When we contacted LMPD, a spokesperson said, while trying to be as transparent as possible, we have to protect the integrity of the investigation. With Louisville leaders' hands tied, Greenberg is pleading for state lawmakers' help.
We need help. We need help from our friends in Frankfurt.
We also want to mention those floral arrangements from Nan's and Craft Florists, but also take a look. We're noticing they're starting to paint a mural out front Old National Bank. Now, we did ask KSP about the specific law, and while they couldn't answer any of our questions, they did say they're required to comply with state laws as they are passed. Now, we weren't able to also get official word on when Monday's firearm could possibly once again be back in circulation, though we do want to mention that it likely wouldn't happen for quite a while, just given the complex nature of this investigation. We're live here downtown in Louisville. Connor Steffen, the WHS 1119.
A lot happening out there at this late hour. Thank you very much, Connor. As family and friends prepare for funeral services for the 5 people killed on Monday, we are learning more about one of the victims. Allison Conway was a neighbor and close family friend to victim Josh Barrick and also his wife Jessica. She says that he was a beloved husband and father of 2 kids, 9-year-old Carolina and 7-year-old James. Talking with us today, she described the moments of shock and pain.
We went to Jessica's house when everyone heard about it and knew that no one had heard back from Josh yet, try and see if we could help find him or get an answer.
Conway says she started a GoFundMe to help the family. She says funds are going directly to funeral expenses and immediate needs, but whatever is left will go toward future trusts for the children. The Barrick family is holding Josh's visitation tomorrow, and the private funeral service is on Saturday. Monday's shooting has had an impact on this entire community, including officers with Louisville Metro Police. Today, they talked candidly about mental health and the trauma of the mass shooting that also injured one of their own badly. The WHS 11 team's Taylor Woods is joining us now with more to explain the support the department is now offering. Taylor, what'd you learn?
Well, Doug, after Monday's mass shooting, the Louisville Metro Police Department is providing mental health support to their officers. It's through their emotional wellness program, which started last year. There are 4 squads of emotional support within the entire department.
What we do is not normal. What we see is not what the average person sees. And Monday was like the most extreme example of that.
Monday, April 10th, a day that will never be forgotten. LMPD rushed to the Old National Bank in 3 minutes. Call after call was coming in about the active shooter.
What's the address to Western Point? Oh my God, there's an active shooter there. Oh my God.
26-year-old officer Nicholas Wilt, on the job 2 weeks, was shot in the head while responding to the deadly mass shooting.
The way he fought on that scene, he's still fighting right now to survive.
It's a difficult time for his family and his colleagues. LMPD is offering mental health support to officers, a safe space for them to release what is on their minds.
That they walk in and we say, we've got you. We will help you figure it out.
Officer Wilt and his recruit class had just graduated from the academy on March 31.
Obviously, they're going to have certain feelings and emotions, but just like what we've talked about, what we try to do, they are trying to do that as well. They are that family.
Lieutenant Joel Lopez and Major Brian Edelin knows what it's like on both ends. They have made it a point to be at the hospital and even plan to offer mental health support to dispatch. This emotional support program has been available since 2022.
And as stressful as it is and as chaotic and sometimes overburdensome, I recognize that it's so needed.
Lopez also added that he would want someone to show this same support to him and his family.
Please reach out. Please contact us. It is okay to not be okay.
And Lieutenant Lopez and Major Edelin asked for the community to keep Officer Wilt and his family and the entire department in prayer as he continues to fight. In studio, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 Night Team, on your side.
Taylor, thank you. If you'd like to donate to the Metro Police Foundation or are looking for other ways to help you can find resources on our website. We've posted it all at WHAS11.com. Also today, WHAS 11 News learned that the gunman's family is now asking the Kentucky medical examiner for specific medical tests to examine his brain. WHAS 11's Travis Breeze explains why they want doctors to see if past concussions while playing high school games played any factor.
As the investigation continues into Monday's mass shooting, the shooter's family wants all options explored on a possible motive. The shooter, Connor Sturgeon, left a note with his roommate that is now police evidence. The family attorney says he also texted family members, "I love you," minutes before. Sturgeon was working with a psychiatrist and mental health counselor to treat anxiety and depression. He was on medication as treatment. His concussion history now also being investigated. The family says Sturgeon had 3 concussions of significance in middle school and early high school. This photo, courtesy of News and Tribune in New Albany, shows Sturgeon playing basketball with a padded helmet in his senior year. He played football, basketball, and ran track. The family has now asked the state medical examiner to look at Sturgeon's brain to see if CTE or chronic traumatic encephalopathy was a contributing factor.
We see that with professional athletes, but we also see it in high school and college as well. And some people are more sensitive than others.
Dr. Ryan Stanton with Central Emergency Physicians in Lexington says CTE is the result of multiple repeated head injuries. He says it usually takes 10 years to develop in a person, and it is impossible to diagnose while still alive.
unfortunately, CTE can really only be diagnosed. There's not a really good imaging study that looks and says, hey, you got CTE. It really is honestly post-mortem with autopsy.
In Louisville, Travis Breeze for the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
A spokesperson for the Kentucky Medical Examiner has not confirmed these specific brain tests are happening yet, but has said that there are several tests and lab results pending on the autopsy. She says the test could take several weeks to be completed.